save those for the bloopers. Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and today I am so excited to show you the transformation of my basement grow space. So if you know anything about me, I'm growing flowers in upstate New York, zone 4B. I have 20 acres and I grow on a few of those acres. I'm establishing perennials, but I'm also doing a lot of annuals. And up until now, I've been starting those annuals in my basement grow space, but I was only utilizing about 1 shelf and a half. I had another shelf unit that I added a couple lights on last year. So I had about a shelf and a half. This year I expanded to 3 shelves. And then recently I decided I needed to expand it a little bit more. I didn't want to have all of this grow space down in the basement and not have it be productive. So what I did was I did a little bit of a test because a lot of stuff was drying out. I was losing stuff around the edges of trays. Just didn't seem like ideal conditions for my seedlings. So I said, let me do a little bit of a test down here and see what the humidity is because I thought it might be low. Turns out it is pretty low. It's not super low, but I left my little reader down there for about a week and the average was about 34% humidity. Now plants love that sweet spot between like 50 and 60% humidity. So I thought, well, how can I get it to 50 to 60 and have it maintain that humidity level down there and maybe even boost it up a couple of degrees too, because the temperature was about 64 degrees down there. So I've been doing a little bit of research and I found, well, maybe if I enclose it and make it like its own room, then that would help to increase and maintain the humidity, and it would also help to maintain the temperature. So I was doing some research and I thought, let's just enclose the entire thing in greenhouse plastic and make a small little greenhouse in my basement. So that's exactly what we did. This project kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger. I initially thought, well, let me just surround the grow shelves with this plastic and then I'll create like a little germination-y chamber in there. And then I was like, wait a second, maybe it needs to be a little bigger. Every time I went downstairs and looked at it, I kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger because I want to do so much. So I enlisted the help of my mother and my father-in-law, Brad's parents. Their names are Walter and Penny. They were more than willing to come and help me out. So this started actually on a night before, an evening before we hung all the plastic. Brad's mom came over and helped me move all the furniture because we do have like a little entertainment center and couch and stuff downstairs where the kids would hang out. So we decided to move that from one side of the basement to the other side of the basement so I could have a bigger space for my little grow room. So that took a couple hours. You would not believe the amount of dog hair that we took out from underneath the couch. It had not been moved in the 3 years that we've been in this house, and Blooper is down there almost all the time. Blooper is my 10-year-old boxer. So after we like kind of moved all the furniture out of the way, we decided to start with the plastic on the ceiling. And we used little pieces of cardboard to staple that. And it was perfect that my father-in-law came over because he's tall enough to where he didn't need to get like a stepping stool or anything. He just raised his hand up and was able to staple the plastic to the boards on the ceiling. So it was super convenient to have him helping. For sure, it would have taken me so much longer moving a step stool every 18 inches to put staples up on the ceiling. Anyway, so we hung the plastic and then we hung the sidewalls. Now we used like a 2 mil plastic on the ceiling and on the walls that have the cinder blocks on them. But on the exterior walls, I had gotten some 6 mil plastic, actual like greenhouse plastic, and that's what I used on the exterior walls. I had planned on using the 6 mil plastic on the entire project, but my father-in-law just happened to have a roll of this like a 1.5 or a 2 mil plastic. So we ended up using that because he had it and I didn't have to buy it. But the other plastic I did get on Amazon. I'll put all the links to all this stuff in the description below. I think it took us the entire project from start to finish, including setting up 2 brand new shelves and all the light units, took us about 4 hours. All right, let's go downstairs and check it out. So there's, look how messy it is. I don't care. So this is the side of the basement that everything got moved to, the furniture and stuff. I still have to organize it down here. And this is now my basement grow room. So we just did like an overhang, so they overlap each other, and this is my entrance. I keep pacing the floor in here. I gotta figure out a lighting situation, but it'll get better as I figure things out. But so we moved, the heat mats used to be over here. They used to be against this wall. We moved them to the back wall, and I added another 8 feet of heat mat space. Those heat mats will be here tomorrow via Amazon. So anyway, the same exact ones. I got the 2, these are 4-foot lengths with the thingamabobber that tells me exactly what the temperature is. So I got 2 more, and I'm gonna put them right here because I quickly realized this, I use insulation underneath, and I quickly realized I needed more heat mat space. I now have 5 complete shelves ready to go. I'm only using like 3 of them right now. This one is just set up, nothing's on it yet. And then this is my new shelf this year. This was new this year. That 3rd one in the middle, she's the original. She's the OG. Oh my God, she's got the Lizzie-anthus on it. She has the most important job because she has my Lizzie-anthus baby. Just because I know you want to see her. Look at those gorgeous children. Look at them. I love you. See? I told you I'd find good lighting. You guys are probably gonna ask me what's on my heat mats right now, so I'll tell you it's herbs and tomatoes, and I also have another thing of Orangium that I just started, the white one. Tomorrow, I'm starting like 1,100 snapdragons. No, probably more than that. Probably more like 2,000 snapdragons. So that's gonna be a problem because I'm gonna soil block those. But I needed snapdragon space. You know, when you have stuff on heat mats, it's insane. Look at this. There's just so many. And this is, I think, Roma's and Fiorentino's. Yeah, so they just look good. So I also have some stock started, and there's something really interesting about stock. And you can tell which seedling is gonna be a double flowering stock or a single flowering stock by the shape of their first leaves. So if it looks like this one with like the 2 separate leaves like that, this one is going to be a double flowering stock. If it looks like this one, do you see the difference? Like look at the 2 side by side, this one and this one. See the difference right there? It's like a weird lobe shape, almost looks like an ear. That's gonna be a single flowering stock. This one's a double, this one's a single. Actually, there's quite a few of, like here's another single right here. And a lot of times people will actually pull out the ones that are gonna be single. I won't do that because I can't do it. I actually got that information from Johnny's website. It's really, really handy to know if you're interested in culling plants. So we ended up cutting out the plastic around the lights, and same thing with the outlets over here, and we ended up going through, poking a hole for one of my extension cords to come in here. It's definitely safe. My father's an electrician. He knows everything is good. So one thing though that my father and I calculated the other day based on the wattage of the lights that I'm purchasing and the LED quality and all of that stuff, he calculated the cost for me to run these lights, and to run 2 lights, so each shelf cost me 17 cents a day to run. And the reason that I calculated that, the reason that I even started looking into that, was because I was trying to see how much money I was saving when it comes to Lizzie-anthus plugs, because I mean my Lizzie-anthus have been on these trays under these lights since January 2nd. Like, that's a long time. So I wanted to calculate the cost savings versus buying a plug tray with starting them inside. So I think I ended up figuring it out. It cost me like $33 including the seed to start a tray and have a tray ready to go. But that doesn't include my time. You have to think about that. And I think the trays that I purchased were between $65 and $75 each for a tray. So I just wanted to know like what the numbers were. It's not gonna sway me either way. I just enjoy growing things from seed, and starting something in January gives me something to look forward to and something to do in the wintertime. This is some Orangium. I lost some from underwatering earlier in the season, but these ones are doing great. This is the Rattlesnake Master. They look so good. Rudbeckia. Lots of Rudbeckia. Oh, look at this tray of basil. If you like, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just showing off my plants right now, guys. Look at this, the most perfect tray of a Genovese basil, and this is for my seedling sale. I will pop these up, but I put there are a couple of seeds on each soil block, because actually there are like 3 in most, because you want a bushy basil. Lest we not forget the dark purple opal basil. She's beautiful. Anyway, back to the grow room. I don't know what to say. I love it. Okay, so I've got, on this side, I eventually want a couple more shelving units, but they're gonna go up against the wall, not jut out like the ones on this side. And this is gonna be like one of my potting tables. It's a really good height. I'll back the camera up so you can see. It's a mess right now. But this is a really good height. It's on wheels. And right now I'm just keeping some of my crates underneath it. This is like indoor potting soil mix. I don't even know why I have it down here. Got my Neptune's harvest. This wreath, this is not a Christmas wreath. This is actually wire to make hoop houses. But that's how my mother-in-law decorated it for Christmas. And I just have to make the hoop houses. So that can go down here. Anyway, got my flower power. So this is gonna be where I kind of do the soil blocking and stuff down here. I also ordered another narrow table to do more seed starting on as well. I need to get something to sit on down here. I don't have a chair, but there's also another exit. So right here, this is where the 6 mil stops and the 1.5 mil begins. There's another exit right here.
Also an entrance.
So obviously we were concerned about it getting too humid in here and down here and in the basement in general, and any mildew problems, anything like that. But we do have a fan down here. That's gonna be oscillating fan. That one's a little old. I am gonna get a new one that's a little bigger, and I think I'm gonna mount it on the wall so that it just blows around the room. And then we did leave about a 3-inch gap between the plastic and the wall so that there's air movement between the cinder blocks and the plastic, so that should not get moldy, but we will be checking it just in case. I definitely don't want any mildew or mold issues in my basement. And right now it's 59% humidity down here. So that's a 25% jump just by putting up these walls. It's incredible to me. While we were building it, we were feeling the air get heavier in here. It was incredible. And I installed this right here.
Hi.
Right here. 65.8 degrees, and it's 59% humidity, and that's exactly where I want it to stay. I don't want it getting any more than that. I'm so dark. So if you can see it back there, that is a timer. So I don't have to worry about shutting off my lights. I have them set to turn off at 10 and turn back on at 6 a.m. for 14 hours. And this is Intermatic is the brand. I'll put it in the description below. I think Brad got it on Amazon. I don't remember. He got it a couple of years ago. Oh, I just have so many great things down here. Oh, so I did start the rest of my, look how dark I am. I'm gonna fix the lighting issue down here, I promise, guys. But like, maybe if I stand closer to the light. Anyway, I have the rest of the ranunculus I started the other day. I posted a quick video on Instagram. But they're all in here. They're gonna be growing their roots, and they're gonna be able to go in the ground a lot quicker than the other ones. Speaking of the other ones, they're all on the porch, and I'm gonna be planting some today. So once we finish this, I can't stop just staring down here. It's exactly what I was picturing. It was a lot easier than I had imagined it to be. It felt like almost like an insurmountable task, because I didn't, I'm not one to ask for help. And for my in-laws to offer their help, I could not have done it without them at all. Brad Pitt was like, oh, my parents are helping? Go ahead. And he was busy on his own projects. It was beautiful outside too, so which was hard. It was like our first 50-degree day. So he was outside doing outside projects, and we were in the basement doing this. We did grill for dinner though, it was nice. But anyway, so he had his projects. He was like, oh, if my parents are helping you, have at it. He came down a couple times and inserted his opinion, but we were like perfectly able to handle it. There were no issues. I think while we were something happened. There was something like jammed in the staple gun, and we couldn't get it to work at first, but my father-in-law took it upstairs in the garage, came back downstairs 2 seconds later and was like, got it. So anyway, be careful with the staple gun, please. I am terrified of those pneumatic things. They terrify me. My husband was shot by my father with a nail gun. No joke. He has nerve damage in his finger, and it wasn't my dad's fault, guys. They were building my chicken coop. Here's what happened. They were building my chicken coop at my old house, and they were like, my dad was using the nail gun, and there was like a knot in the wood, and the nail went straight through the 2x4 and into Brad Pitt's finger. Anyway, yeah. He had to get a tetanus shot. He was not happy. Not happy. Hi! From in here? Come here! She got new glasses and she's adorable. Well, I'm not gonna show your glasses. They have to be on you.
I don't know.
You look cute. Veda left her glasses in the sun and the transitions came on, but just on one lens. Look. You look adorable. I love you. Oh, so cute. Anyway, so yeah, without my in-laws, this would not a 4-hour project. If I had to do this myself, I probably would have taken a couple of days. I just wanna, I'm pacing the floor down here. I'm pacing the floor, staring at my children. My green ones, not my actual human children. And my bloopers down here. You like it down here too? Yes, you do. It's also given me ample opportunity to make Home Alone jokes and Dexter jokes, because come on, you have to. I'm gonna go edit this video together because it's gonna be 58 degrees today and beautiful, and I'm gonna plant ranunculus. So I want to get you guys something to watch while I'm out there doing that. Hopefully I'll be able to put together another video on the like planting the ranunculus too. So anyway, it's gonna be a great day. So as far as my Thrip issue, I have only seen one more living Thrip in the past week since I first discovered the issue. So I did find 3 dead ones on the plants and 3 dead ones on the yellow sticky tape. So I think we're on top of it. I don't see any more problems. I don't see them any. And look, I mean, they're nice and green and healthy. And they're doing their thing. After I pinched them, they're growing their little sprouts and they're fantastic. So I think we're good. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go, but today I'm also making like the soil blocks for tomorrow's snapdragons. I'm not starting them today because the heat mats aren't here yet. So the heat mats are coming tomorrow. And actually, you know what? I have space. I have space on my heat mats. Maybe I will start those today. There's never enough time in the day. I'm either gonna do them today or I'm gonna do them tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you soon. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Is it ironic that my dog's name is Blooper? It's kind of funny. Woo-hoo.